Yo, my guy. Yo.
Yo, what's up? What's up?
Yo, man. Yo, man. How's it going?
It's going good, bro. It's going good.
Good, man. Today on the podcast, the Tier Talks, we have the big man himself. They call him King Nam. He's a king of anime drawing, hence the name. And today we are going to be interviewing him. Well gone, my guy. How's it going, man? How's the day been?
Yo, I'm glad to be on, Bresman. I've been waiting so long to redo this.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, it's been a while. It's been a while. That last recording we had with Juaso was amazing. So I thought I had to get both of you guys separately. I've already recorded the episode with Juaso, so I had to get you on as well.
Oh man, I can't wait to see that one.
Yeah,
But man, I'm doing good, man.
that's good, man. That's good, man. You said you're at work today, yeah? Busy?
No. I decided to take off today because I had to take care of some other stuff, especially with my car.
Oh, okay,
So
fair,
yeah,
fair,
and I
man,
was like, shoot, I might want to finish this.
fair, man, fair, man. So let's get into it. What do you do,
Oh
my
yeah,
guy?
definitely.
What are you saying, man? Did you want to say something?
Oh no. I was just like, let's get into it. I was like, yes, let's do it.
All right, awesome. Let's go. So big man, let's explain to the people what you do, my guy.
Okay, right now I say I'm a beginner artist, so I'm learning, teaching myself how to do digital art, and I want to progress a little bit more. So I'm really learning. Like right now, I'm learning from like a lot of different people and setting little milestones and goals. Like kind of a little inspired by Drew. So I might want to do a like one day I'm going to do a T-shirt kind of site where I'm like putting my designs out. But for right now, I'm basically a digital artist or a beginner digital artist, you know. So I'm on my way, working.
That is amazing, man. That is amazing. So before we go, we dive into other people because I really do want to talk about Juaso and how he's helped you because I know you have strong connections with him. How did you actually
Hmm.
get into this? Because I know you started this very recently. How did you get into doing digital art?
Okay, so what happened? I used to do a lot of traditional art, and and when I used to go on Instagram, I used to follow a lot of artists, and I used to see a lot of amazing like designs and concepts from a whole bunch of amazing artists,
Mm,
and I always had these ideas of my own. So at the time, I didn't really know art, and I wasn't really into art. So I used to like sit down and create like ideas. So I would write this idea down and be like, oh, this would be a good story, this and that. And I was like, I want to, bring this to life. I want to, bring these ideas and show others. I want to just be sitting because nothing that pushed me or what pushed me is because I would tell a lot of people and people would be like, yo, your ideas are good. Like, bro, I can see this like a movie or TV. And I was like, I
yeah.
know, but I was like, bro, I don't know how to draw. I don't know anything about art and
Mm-hmm.
anything. And he was like, bro, you should just do it. And I was like, I'm going to try. So I started out traditionally. So I used to draw and sketch. And then once I saw like the potential like with digital art, and I just kind of fell in love with like the styles and the colors and the lighting is just amazing. And I was like, I would love to put that with the story ideas I do have, or just create characters that I can that people can visualize. And I just slowly started from traditional, then got into digital. But because of like conflict with my time and like other stuff, because before I had more time to really focus, I was doing work somewhere else, and I just was taking it little by little, and I stopped.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then once I left my previous job back home, I had moved.
Mm-hmm.
So I moved to like a whole new state, everything, and I was like, okay, I got this time. and I'm gonna draw a little bit and try to work on because at this time I had like a little cheap drawing pad
Hmm.
where it was like you hook up to a computer and it was on sale like on Black Friday or something, and then I was just like sketching. And I was like, I like this, and I think if I would put more time in it, I can do it. And then I did one picture, and this one picture just like if you go back on my Instagram and you go back to like October, you'll see is that picture. It's one that a character I created. Her name is Amira, and I was doing like a parody, not parody, but like a fan fiction of like heroes that was like in a DC world mixed with like different alien races in the DC,
Hmm.
and she was like this black girl mixed with Tamaranian, like like Starfire,
Oh wow,
and
that's cold. Yeah, I remember seeing that. I remember seeing that.
yeah, and like if you go back, it's one and she holding her hand a certain way, and I just looked at. I'm not going. I looked at it and I was like, I know I can do better than this. Like
Hmm.
it was something that hit me. Like I wanted more because
Yeah.
I don't like to be like settle or be content with certain things.
Hmm.
So I just was like, okay, I know I can do better. I know. So I redrew it, and that's when I was like, okay, I still can see the potential. Like if I continue to work and try to get on the basics, the
Hmm.
fundamentals, I
Hmm.
can really get there. And then from that point on, I've been trying to get myself more into this whole art world, like different groups on Facebook, uh, different groups on like Instagram,
Mm.
Discord, and I'm just trying to meet more people and just learn. And the more I was making connections, the more I was like learning. Like I put out, people would be like, "Oh, nice," and I'll like ask for advice to be like, "Oh, try doing this, try doing that," and then one day this one guy he just gave me like a list of things just to work on. And I didn't know none of this,
Wow.
and that's cool. And that's the cool thing about like when you meet up artists, especially supportive, they are willing to help if you ask. And I just he gave me this whole list of things of like you gotta work on anatomy, fundamentals, gestures, and it was just like all this stuff. I was like, okay, I'm gonna tackle this little by little. So if you go on my account from that day on to now, you can really see like the progress between like when that day I was like, okay, I want to do this. I decided to do it. You can see my progress to now, like how I really developed in like a couple, just in like a few months, like not even a whole year yet.
Wow. That's amazing. That's amazing. Bruv, there's so many people that, you know, are doing what you're doing, and I rate it so much because, you know, being an artist is one thing, but being someone who's not an artist and going into it is a completely different thing. And I really respect that, man. That's amazing. That's absolutely amazing. So with that being said then, um, you said that you used to draw traditionally, right?
Yeah.
So how was it? How was it changing to digital? Because I'm in the process now. I'm really wanting to switch to do digital art myself, and I'm finding it really, really scary. Did you find it the same way? Did you find it very daunting, or did you find it another way? Did you encourage it? Were you like, yes, I'm looking forward to this, or were you like, damn, this is going to be a bit scary. Like this could go really bad.
I'm not even gonna lie to you. Like your first reaction, a lot of people are gonna get that reaction because to go from digital, no traditional to digital, to me it is kind of scary, but at the same time it's kind of exciting because like when I first started, like I was doing my because honestly I would say I used to be really good with traditional art instead of my digital. So when I tried digital and I just saw how like my art was coming out in the lines. Like it's so much you have to learn. But
Hmm.
the more, but as they say, like the more you practice, the more you put in it, the more you get better, which is true.
Hmm.
And like I was scared because I kind of stopped. Because remember, I had the little tablet, I had stopped traditional not just, but I stopped digital art for like almost uh, almost a year, because like I couldn't get it. Like it's not gonna lie, it is hard. Like, when you first start and switch over, it's hard. But I also believe like if you have that excitement, the energetic side too, like you want to do it, you probably can get it. But I kind of got discouraged at the time because again around that time I wasn't really seeing my potential,
Mm.
and I was like, oh man, I don't want to be like wasting my time, this and that.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
exactly, like, once you get in that mindset, like, okay, I know I can do this. And the best thing I'll say to help, best thing help, bro, watch a lot of YouTube videos,
Mm.
especially with like getting in digital art. Because there's a couple of videos that help like show you the transition from
Mhm.
traditional to digital, and
Mhm.
they kind of teach you like certain things you wouldn't know going in, like about pressure and like how to get your line quality. Like, I'm still working on my line quality right now,
Mhm.
but I would say they improved 10 times compared to how it used to look.
That's amazing. Wow. That yeah, bro. I'm gonna have to make the switch sooner or later. But you know what? When I make the switch, I'm gonna let you know, and you can
Oh,
teach me.
definitely.
You can teach me because you know what's it? I will be the same stage that you were at back in October. I'll be a beginner, so you know you can definitely give me some tips and stuff. And one thing I did want to ask you, because you said that loads of artists were willing to help you, man. Um,
Hmm.
who were the people that were really on helping you? Shout them out if needs be. And how did that make you
Oh,
feel?
okay.
Because I know, like, for me personally, there's not a lot of people that I can go to that can help me progress in my art. So when there's someone who can help me do that, it's amazing. How did that make you feel? And who would you say helped you the most?
Okay. Well, this ain't happening most, and it's not really a whole. Okay, groups. Always, because I just wanted to say this before I forget. Always try to find like art groups online,
Okay.
because like you're not gonna really find like a certain somebody who's gonna sit there and work with you, but you're
Yeah.
gonna find like just random people coming. But
Yeah.
I do have a couple of people who are like, who is there, and they kind of like motivate. Like, three people right now I can think of that really kind of motivate me,
Mhm.
and there's a couple that just really help me straight up push myself past my limit. So my first three are, her name is LaQuan. I met her on this Facebook group. I forgot what it was called, on this Facebook group, and she's really cool, and she's an artist as well.
Mhm.
And she really saw my like progression uh, throughout the time I met her.
Mhm.
And like one story, and I tell her I appreciate her as well as a friend, because like I remember one time I did this one drawing, and it's the black My Hero Academia character I created,
Yep.
and you'll see him with like the green fire and stuff.
Mhm. Oh,
I posted,
that one is cold. Yeah, when it's on the ceiling or
yes,
whatever. When it's on like the ceiling,
yes,
I remember that.
yes,
Yeah, it's got the green fighter, black girl with the UA uniform.
yes. If you
Yes.
scroll further down, I have a full picture of him.
Mhm.
I guess, but it's further down, like in my previous ones.
Mhm.
And the one that was full, I sent to her, and it was like it was a different design. And I showed her. She was like, "Oh, I like it." And we were talking. She was like, "Oh, what do you feel like was wrong with it?" Like, she was getting like helpful advice, and she asked me like, "What do I feel like?" I was like, "I don't know. The pose feel off, this and this." Like, okay, you can change. And I just end up erasing. Did it change? Send it to
Mhm.
her. She's like, "Okay, it's looking good, but you can do better." I was like, "You're right. What else I can do?" And she was like, "Work with the lighting, the contrast." I worked on that, and she's like, "Okay, that's good, but there's you can. It's a little bit." And it was more of like not selling for what I had done,
Yeah.
but to continue just push little by little.
Mm.
Because at the same time, I also learned that um, you don't want to stay on one project for too long. But with
Yeah.
this particular one, I really wanted to like go all out.
Mm.
And then, boom! Once I I took her one advice, and I didn't speak to her for a little bit for that day, and I just kept working, and then when I hit it and sent it to her, she was like, "Oh, okay, well, that's amazing. That's amazing. You did that one." So Laquana, thank you. I have
What's her name?
one of my Laquana.
Laquana. Shout out Laquana.
Mm-hmm.
Go on.
Uh, my two buds named Darrell Howard and Cortez Griffin. Cortez, the guy I used to work with back in Florida, and whenever I'm doing something, he'd be like, "Oh man, that's dope, that's dope," and he'll randomly just be like shouting me out or be like, "Oh, go check out." Like I don't even act. Like sometimes I'm not gonna lie to you. Sometimes when you want that hustle, like you want to like, "Hey, would you mind helping me with this in
Yeah.
support?" And he's willing to do it. Like he's like, "Bro, you have to ask." And then sometimes I don't even ask nothing, but I don't know. I just see myself get tagged or something. He'd be like, "Oh, check out my boy. Check out my boy." I was like, "Bro, I respect that." And I
Bro,
thank you. Thank him so much for that.
that's
And
amazing.
with exactly. And plus talking with him a lot he also helped me with a lot of personal life choices too. And
Hmm.
I kinda have to took those choices because now I'm way better and farther than I thought I'd get.
Hmm.
So with him and my friend Darrell Howard, one of my closest friends, like he's like a B boy. And like me and him, I'm talking with him right now. And I want to do like a business, like a little design kind of company with him.
Hmm.
And that's myself talking about doing like a t-shirt kind of company because we both have like a lot of good designs. So while I was talking with him, we're like, whenever we have time or free to get together, because we used to make designs for like fun, because I sketch and he is sketch. He a good artist and he brings like something different. Like you can tell my art style, then you can see his art style. He got more of that. You know how you see people do graffitis and stuff,
Yeah, yeah,
like
yeah, yeah, yeah,
graffiti.
yeah.
His art is kind of like that, and I really think it's real dope. So we've been like talking like, bro, how about we just bring you know both art styles together and just start making like t-shirt designs. So that's something in the work and the idea I'm working on. But
Hmm.
because I got this transition that's going on right now,
Hmm.
I probably won't be doing too much this month and a little bit of next month. But after next month, I'll be in a good position where I can continue to, further this like idea and goal with him. But I do want to shout out Darrell and those are my three main like close people I know, friends that like really helped me with my art.
Mm.
And the two people I just recently got to know, like main one you already know. You already know what I'm gonna say, bro.
Yep.
Jerusalem.
Yep.
Yeah, you already know. I gotta
That leads me
shout
on
him
to my
out,
next
man.
question. Actually, that leads me on to my next question. Now, with you and Juaso, yeah, like how? Because I did a podcast, like I said, I did a podcast with him already. He is
Mm-hmm.
someone who will always support his community no matter what. It doesn't matter in the next 5 years if Juaso's got 1 million followers, he will still be like, yo, shout out King Nam, shout out TJ Pat, shout out Seventh Day, shout out everyone. He is someone who is always gonna have the integrity. What have you learned from him, and what will you implement? What will you start to do that maybe Juaso has taught you? And that can be in
Yo,
life. That doesn't have to be in drawing. That can be in anything. That can be in life. That can be in anything, my guy.
oh, bro, like you can learn a lot from him, and I agree, bro. He's really supportive. Like he's really supportive. Like when he gave me the chance to work with him and like collab with like the t-shirt thing, I didn't think that was gonna. You know what I'm saying? Because I ain't gonna lie, I didn't think my design was on that level yet. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But with him, with that, like with him, and he's like like you said, he believes in his community, very helpful. Like he was like, okay, come on, like you can design, and if you send the design, he's gonna tell you, okay, is this what's wrong with it? Or like I this and this for the shirt to be able to show. And
Mm,
he sent it back. He's like, okay, fix the lighting, and then we can sell it. Like, okay, that. And it's crazy. Like when you meet him and his live, you never know who he's gonna end up seeing. or whoever on his live, because you end up meeting a lot of dope people, and I end up following like a lot of people. That's how like the Black Ramen podcast. I
Yep, yep,
met through him,
yep.
and like honestly, not going art wise, like what I learned from him, and I remember somebody was telling a story, and they said like he used to say this, and you can see in his personality that's how he is. Like when stuff is not going the right way, it's like always stay calm and remember, like that problem is going to pass. It might not pass at that moment, but if you don't, focus too much on it, it's going to pass, and you can get over it. Like be able to focus and find a way to get over it or figure out whatever the problem is.
Yeah.
Like he's at a young age, he's like really enlightened. You know,
Mm.
like for his age, like you'll be surprised. Like somebody go walking anime characters and heal.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah, he is. He is. He is, yeah.
And art wise,
Yo, can you
I
hear me,
don't
mate?
I don't really know too much. Yeah, I can hear you. I don't know too much. Like I ain't really like what art wise. He used to he'll give you advice and he'll tell you like people to check out. And he used to give like different suggestions of YouTubers to check out and these great artists. Like if you want to study and learn how to get better. And like one guy he referred me to was Ethan Baker. And at the time when he said name,
Oh,
I
yeah.
didn't know it.
Ethan Baker, he's the guy who did
And
Voltron. Voltron, am I wrong?
yep.
Yep.
Yeah, he
Mm.
worked on Voltron
Yeah,
and
he
a
worked
lot
on
of
Voltron, yeah.
anime. And the thing is, the crazy thing about it, I don't, because with me, I don't know people's name. I just know people by faces. So when I was like, okay, I'm gonna check out Ethan Baker. Now I was looking at it, I was like, oh, I know who this guy is.
Mm.
Because I used like I'll watch random artists and they're on my suggestions. Like once you watch a certain amount of YouTubers or topic, I should say, on YouTube,
Yeah,
they'll bring out like different suggestions. So he was on one of these suggestions one time. And I used to watch like a couple of his videos, and I switched to like different YouTubers.
yeah,
But other than that, like you can learn a lot. I know you can learn a lot from him. You can learn because like I'm learning so much to the point like it's like okay, I don't like this is another one. Supporters and followers.
yeah,
Like I remember I think he talked about it one time, and it hit me. I kind of understood it because it's like he was saying like you can have like all these followers, but it comes to the point like who going to be really supporting,
yeah,
and it makes sense because like I can hop on his live and he'll probably have like maybe 7, 8, or maybe 10 people,
yeah,
but you will see that he has like over a certain thousand followers,
yeah.
and it's not just him. I
Oh,
hop
that
on
is
like
so
all
true.
these other
Oh wow,
right.
I didn't, bro. I didn't even think. I haven't even thought about that. Yes, you're right. Oh my lord.
Exactly.
Yeah. Sorry.
If you
Go
think
on,
about
man.
everybody, no problem, bro. Because if you think about it, like, and after I noticed that, I just hopped on like a lot of other people lives that's like real high up there with numbers, and then like you will see like some will have like 35 people following them. I mean, on their live, but they have like over like 30 or 40K followers, and then it comes to like the importance of like followers versus supporters,
Yes.
and that's when like I completely had to put that in my mindset because I'm not gonna lie, I used to chase followers because like everybody want a lot of following, especially when you like doing art and stuff because you want a lot of people to see your stuff,
Yeah.
you know. So I was like, I want a lot of followers, but then when I started to understand the difference from followers and supporters,
Yeah.
if you have more supporters, that's 10 times better than having thousands and thousands of followers because like
Yes.
with those supporters, most of them you're guaranteed that they're going to support the things you do or maybe invest in some things that you're trying to do
Yeah.
compared to like other people who just randomly look at your stuff and they're just like, oh, nice like they'll leave a like and
Yeah.
that's it.
Yeah.
So if you ever get a chance, like just check out like certain like a lot of artists and cosplayers that have like all these people and hop in their live once. Just hop in the live one time or they look at their comments. Like you'll see like it's over like 600 something people liking it, but you'll probably see like maybe 20 to 25 people that comment.
Yeah.
So that artist, that follower versus supporter mentality. Like depending on what you want to do, you want to really focus on getting that support instead of just the followers. So at this, like now, I would say I don't even care too much about the following. Like I really try to do build like a support foundation with different people I do meet, and then if I do get a follow up by somebody, you'll see. Like I will contact them and try to connect. Cause I want to connect with a lot of people who follow, like try to do collabs.
Yeah.
Cause I did a couple of collabs recently, and
Really? Name the
mhm.
collabs, yeah, bro. Yeah, talk about those collabs, my
uh
guy.
okay, so my first collab was with this young lady. She does like a lot of South Park stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and she's really cool. And I told her, I was like, "Oh, we'd be down to do a collab." And she's like, "Sure." Her name is like Lian Art, so it's Lian Art,
Mm-hmm.
and that was like I want to say one of my first collabs I did, and my second one, which was like kind of my recent one, probably like 4 days ago. This guy I met on Facebook,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't want to mess up his name. I know I'm probably mess up his name, so forgive me. But I think it's like Ken Moon U.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like Ken Ken Moon MUNYU, and
Mm-hmm.
we did like this collab where he what. And the cool thing about his collab is like he has it set where everybody, like anybody, can do the collab. So
Yeah.
he drew like half this picture, and then if you want to participate, you DM like, oh, hey, I want to do this collab, and he'll either send you the photo or you can just probably get the photo off his Instagram,
Yeah.
and then you just draw your side of your the face you want to do. So you draw your right side and then
Mm-hmm.
send it to him. And that one, I'm not gonna lie, that one was obviously I had more fun doing this one than a couple because I kind of worked on it a little bit longer. Like I did like 3 days because of like work and stuff, but at the same time, those 3 days I was able to focus more,
Yeah.
and I feel like I was rushing to get something done, so I
Mm.
was able to see it more clearly and put like a more detail in. So that was fun, and it kind of birthed this new character I'm kind of doing now because I don't know, kind of obsessed with this character. I kind of had this idea,
Really.
and I don't have no name for her yet. So she's basically I'm gonna say I call her Magic Girl right now because I'm gonna
Mhm.
ask people for like I'm gonna ask people for a name. But I call her
Okay.
Magic Girl, and
Nice.
there's no stories or nothing to it, but she's just basically a character. I'm just implementing different designs to practice. So like whenever I want to try something new or practice, like I'm gonna use her. I think people call them icon characters. Like people have like OCs where you see it and it's like, okay, I know who OC that is. That's what's it called, or that's King's Land OC right there.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to make her one of my OCs or my important OCs to like just mess around. Like if I'm practicing like background or a different method, just use that character.
That's amazing. That's really cool, my guy. Wow. That's so cool. And I think that's amazing how you're really going out there and you are actually going to Facebook groups, you're DMing people to do collabs because I know as like someone who wants to do something, not even in terms of art, if you're running a business, if you're a
Mm-hmm.
rapper, it just anything, an upcoming creative, it's very, very, very easy to just think, oh, I'll put this out and it will go well. But most of the time, when you're starting out, people have this delusional mindset sometimes where they're like, oh, I'll just put this design out and it will get so much attention. Like, it'll get a ridiculous amount of attention. And one thing that I've learned, I was doing it today. I was just
Mm-hmm.
on YouTube scheduling my first episode for the podcast. Literally, on YouTube when you can put tags on stuff so they can get found easily.
Yeah.
Um, I was literally putting all the tags I could because that's a small example, but in terms of reaching out to people, you have to do it. Like you have to do it because you know
Oh
you,
yeah.
how have you found reaching out to people? Like what has been your feedback? It seems like it's been good, but have you had any bad feedback when you tried to reach out to someone and you maybe have been ghosted? I know I've been ghosted, or they've like come back at you like, no, I don't want to do this or whatever. Has that ever happened to you?
Okay, feedback. Okay, so it's a couple because it's mixed feelings in like, these stories.
Mm,
It's like this one guy, I thank him, but I don't like his. I didn't like his approach. I didn't like it at first because like
okay.
I um I was working on this new method, like I was trying to do with art. So I was just like, I like to experiment with stuff.
Yeah.
So I like to experiment with hard brushes. And I'm not gonna, I used to use a lot of soft brushes. I never really used hard brush that much
Mm-hmm.
until I started learning. Because again, through that, my progress,
Mm.
you think one way until like somebody comes and like, boom, okay, oh, it's not. I was doing this completely wrong, completely. So this one guy on Facebook, and I posted this. It's around I called it the Cloud Girl era. It's like the time when I was doing like a lot of pictures, like with this girl with this flowing green hair,
Yep.
but it's kind of mixed like with like a nice like a cloud flow or something.
Mm-hmm.
And this random guy was like, "Yo," he like, "Why do you always use soft brush? Don't use soft brush." Like he was coming at
Wow.
me like if like when he first came, it came out. Came off me. It rubbed me wrong. Like
Yeah.
it felt like he was coming at me wrong, and I was like,
Mm.
whoa, whoa. I was like, bro, I don't even know you. Who is this? But
Yeah.
I ain't like he left a long message. So like when the first part, I was like, okay, what the heck is this person? Like,
Mm.
hold up, like who? You don't even like, bro.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to learn. Help me, give me advice. But
Yeah.
then when I kept reading his message, he actually did went into details. He actually did told me certain things. He actually went and got an example of his work, and he was like, "Yo, just start using hard brush." So my thing was like,
Wow. So he
I
actually
feel like
helped you out. It was just his, yeah, it was his approach.
his approach exactly. His approach was kind of off, but he actually did help me out, and he gave me an example, and I was like, "Okay, thank you." I didn't really want to say things, but I knew I wanted to say things because like
Yeah.
it was helpful. But I
Yeah.
kind of wanted to say like, man, your approach is a little, nobody can't tell like if you really being helpful. And I
Yeah.
think that's another thing. A lot of artists, especially who begins, that's that fear, like that criticize
Mm-hmm.
and that criticism. Like a
Mm-hmm.
lot of people don't want to get criticized,
Mm.
but the thing is, to get better, your art have to get criticized.
Yeah.
And is I remember when I first started that group, I was afraid to post anything on it. Like I didn't want my art to get criticized. But then again, your mentality changed when you learn. Like you have to get that criticism. You have to get that people input because you
Mm.
get to see your mistakes and learn your mistakes and fix on it, and that's how you grow. So now, like whenever I have anything, I just post it on like these different sites and hope that somebody might want to say something or because if you ask for criticism too, yeah, people will be willing to give them the
Yeah.
inputs like, oh, you can do this and make it better. And that's the whole thing about the art grow. You have to reach people, connect, and then also take criticism. Don't take it to heart, but take it to where it's a learning experience and an opportunity to grow.
Mm. Bruv.
And I think I feel like it was another one I can't remember, but I'll get back to you if I remember it.
Yeah, that's so true, my guy. Like that's so true. Like criticism can be a hard part of being a creative, but you need it, man. You need it to improve. Like
Mm-hmm.
you need that tough love sometimes. And I've had it recently, and there was a point I had someone who my friend, like my really good friend, he said it straight up. He said this is not good and blah blah blah. And like for a couple hours, I didn't say anything. Like I was pretty annoyed. I was like, damn, like wow, like whoa, that was a bit out of order. But I went home and I thought about
Mm-hmm.
it and I texted him. I was like, you know what, bro? You're actually right. Like, you're right. Like, this does need to be improved and blah,
Exactly.
blah, blah. And the thing is, people that, people that do criticize you, there's only one thing they really want most of the time. They want you to improve. Like, the way they come
Mm-hmm.
at it can be wrong. They can come off really rude. They can come off really, really belittling. But at the end of the day, you have to think past that. You have to look past that and be like, bro, he actually does want me to get better. It's only very rarely when you have the haters that are just hating for no reason, but most of the time, people actually want to help you out. Do you get what I'm saying?
Exactly. But it just like you said, it just sometimes how they word it. And That's why I always say if you want to really do this, like you have to learn not to just take certain things hard. Because most of the time they probably don't really mean to say it in that
Yeah,
way. Because
exactly.
sometimes you be like, "Oh, yo, you kind of came off throwing." They'll probably apologize, like, "Oh,
Yeah,
sorry, I didn't mean it like that."
yeah,
But
yeah, yeah.
like I said, each criticism is worth it. And then again, I don't know if you know. Do you know Momo? Uh, I think she's one of Jerusalem's friends.
Momo, I've heard of her. I don't know her. I've heard of her though.
I,
I know Juaso has talked about her.
yeah, she was on his live one time, and then she was just talking about artists and how, like, artists got to do better, and this is like you have to go like do better with art and not just settle for like certain things. That was another reason when when I heard that, I was like, yo. And that crazy thing, I was just about to post this one drawing, and it was the
Oh,
I want to what it was like the Orion Orias one.
mm-hmm.
Yeah. I meant to say Osiris. My bad. Oh my god. Osiris, the one with the green, the black guy with the fro and got like a little green crown
Yep.
and skull. And I put this side by side. Like the first one was I was like, okay, I'm gonna post this one. And
Mm-hmm.
after her whole conversation about growing and doing better than this, I was like, bro, I know I gotta do better than this. And
Yep.
then I was like, okay, I'm gonna go back and redraw this whole thing. Did it, push myself. And that's again, can't it's okay to push yourself a little bit, you know, because you kind of want to push yourself to the limit.
Mm.
But then again, like Juaso said once, he was like, you don't want to go. What? I'm probably gonna mess this up, and I hope he fix it. But he was saying something like, you don't want to go past uh, your limit or something, or like try to go past your limit. Because
Mm-hmm.
I think once you reach a certain limit, you have to learn more to grow. But if you just get to your limit and then you try to go past with no new knowledge, you're not gonna go nowhere. So you're gonna get stuck in this like
Yeah, rut,
steady
sort of like this.
style.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, that makes more sense.
Mm.
So that's why I kind of like with my whole everything now is like I'm trying to do more studying now because like I'm learning a lot from these videos and I'm learning like a lot from like different references. Because I like
Mm.
now what I like to do is I like to break down references. Like I take a picture and break down basic shapes, then go on another layer, break down like the different forms. Because once you do that, you learn these different shapes that allows you to make little shortcuts to get where you're going.
Yeah. 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 Wow. Yeah, I get what you mean. So you're going back to the drawing board then, would you say,
Yep, going back to the drawing board.
bro? That's something that bruv, everyone needs to do it. Everyone needs to do it like every single day. Like, do you ever feel like one day I am going to be this sort of artist? Do you have like an artist you look up to? Like, is there someone that you look up to and you're like, ah, yes, I love their art. Whether they do the same style you do, posting on Instagram, whether they actually have done art and it's popular, like someone who's maybe drawn a manga or an anime series. Because I know you're into anime. Is there an artist that you look
Mm-hmm.
up to and you're like, I want to be like them?
Whew, that's a good one because like it's so many different artists,
Yeah,
but it's a I have to there's like Ethan Baker is one. I would say Ethan Baker is one because I like his style
yeah,
and my style like I really want to go for is the kind of like anime but cartoon style
yeah,
like the creators who did Avatar: The Last Airbender.
yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah,
getting
yeah.
popular
Like
now
Legend of
on
Korra,
Netflix.
that sort of stuff. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so because you can see their style is kind of influenced a little bit with anime, but at the same time, it's kind of got like that Western cartoon style
Yeah.
to it. So that's the style I really kind of want to go towards.
Mm-hmm.
So like you said, Legend, Core, Avatar, like shows like that. But at the same time, I really honestly I don't really know yet because again, like the more I'm learning, the more it's like okay, I can develop differently. So I kind of want to go towards that, but at the same time branch off and like kind of still develop my own kind of style. It's kind of similar.
Mm. I get what you mean. I get what you mean, man. That's cool. The influence of anime and how I don't know it's sort of influenced cartoons and stuff and artists. I think is amazing, man. What anime are you currently watching at the moment?
Anime I'm currently watching. Right now I'm not gonna lie, I'm not watching anime,
Fair enough.
but the ones I recently is this one's called Bunko Stray Dogs,
I haven't heard of
and
that.
yeah, I was on this anime site and I kind of randomly came across it years ago, and I
Mhm.
just realized like probably a month ago they had another season and a movie, and I was like,
Oh, damn.
"Ooh, snap!" You know what I'm
Yep,
saying? I was like,
yep,
"I'm about to hop back on it."
yep.
But the premise of Bronco Stray Dogs is basically this detective agency, and they have different people with different skills, and it kind of surround this one guy. I don't want to say too much because like the beginning, like if you say one thing, it kind of spoils like the first episode.
Mm.
But it's best you think about like trying to see how I word this. Like it's the mafia that's involved, and people in mafia have different abilities. You have the detective agency that's involved, and they have different. So it's like a counterbalance, and it's take place in Japan. But then you have different people from different like country that end up coming in that area, and then it's really interesting.
It sort
I
of
wouldn't
sounds
say
like
it.
I haven't watched it, but I've heard a lot about. It sort of sounds like K Project.
You know, it kind of do remind me of K Project. K
But
Project,
I haven't seen K Project,
yo,
but I remember someone describing me K, like they were describing K Project to me, and they was like, yo, like it's about gangs and stuff, and it kind of sounds like that. So what's it called? Because I'll actually watch that.
Bungo, Bungo,
B
Stray Dogs,
B Bung. Awesome, awesome.
and I think they got like 3 seasons and one movie, which is it's good. Like I would say, check out the trailer because the trailer be more explanatory. I don't know how to really explain it because I feel like if I say one thing, it kind of spoils
Yeah,
mostly everything. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
But your friend is right. K Project. Oh my gosh, bro, that show amazing.
Oh
And
man,
again, I don't know if your friend knows, so I'd say just ask him because if you don't know, he's gonna be excited. If you do know, he probably still excited about watching it. But
yeah.
K Project has like a couple seasons, and then they have this like weird, I don't know, mini series.
Mhm.
I want to call it, but each series are like reflecting off of each game and each group story, and it's crazy
Mm.
because it K Project really deals with it, colors involved, and I don't want to say too much on that, but like different colors represent different teams, but each mini series like okay, this title green, this title red, this title blue, and I'm looking like yo, they have all the seasons, and they have 2 movies, and they have all these little mini series that's
Yeah.
based off of the colors. I was like, oh my gosh, bro!
Mm.
I swear when I said I binged all of that, I binged all of it like in one week, and I was so mad. I was like, no, why did I do that?
Yeah.
But K Project is good. I don't know if your friend know, but there is like I think 2 movies and extra miniseries.
Okay.
So I hopefully they can check that out.
100%, 100%, my man. So I wanna sort of ask you. You're in the middle of, in fact, no, you're at the beginning of your art career. You've made a lot of connections already, which is absolutely amazing, just because a lot of beginner artists won't have a lot of connections who have large followings and
Mm-hmm.
who can help you out. You're obviously willing to learn. You've got the skill, you've got the talent. You're very, 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 very active on social media. What is next for King Nam? Where is King Nam going at the end of 2020 and years to come? Where are you going, my guy?
Okay, my next plan is this. Cause like once, like I said, once everything I get switched situated here, um, and my time kind of more available, my goals now, like my milestone, like my next milestone is I want to start doing t-shirt designs, and I want to buy like a t-shirt printing machine. So I want to start making print designs based off like different, seasons, different holidays, just something that relates in the moment.
Mm.
And after that, like I'm going to I'm getting back on my dead YouTube channel because I do have a YouTube channel, but
Oh,
every time I
shout
try
it.
to get back to it,
Do you want to shout it out?
Nam Nation,
Nam Nation.
Nam Nation, hmm
Awesome. I'm going to
and
subscribe to that.
it it's hard to get that off because like I said, since I recently moved,
Hmm.
and then with work and stuff, it's like I can't find time where I can make animation because like my one of my goals is to finally get into animation
Yeah.
and start making like teach myself animation skills.
Mm.
So t-shirt designs, like selling t-shirt designs and print, and working in animation on my YouTube channel and getting that started. Those are my future goals for like towards the end of 2020. Like when 2020 hits, like this is like the next step I'm focusing more on.
That's amazing. That's amazing, my guy. Well, I'm still a beginner in my craft. I'm still a beginner at running the business and the clothing scene. But if you do need a hand or anything, shout me. You've obviously got mad connections. Juaso can help you, and I'm sure you've got way more. So my guy, that's the end of the podcast. Shout yourself out. Where can people go find you? And can I just say, this guy, remember the name King Nam. Remember it, because 5 to 10 years, that name is going to be everywhere. That name is going to have its own anime series. Remember this name right now, bro. Shout out your social medias. Where can they find you, and where can they see your dope art?
Okay, right now I'm mostly doing Instagram right now, but you can find me on Instagram at underscore king underscore nam. My Facebook is K/nam, and nam is NAM. And like I said, YouTube channel is Nam Nation. And bro, like, yo, appreciate like again, like interview on a podcast, but I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't think I ever really saw myself doing this no time soon. You know
Bruv,
what I'm
bruv,
saying?
this is this
So,
is this is a platform. Seventh Tier is a platform for creators, man. It's a clothing brand for creatives. How can I not get you on the podcast, my guy?
bro, I appreciate it. And again, like that's how y'all gonna be known too. Like in 5, 7 years, you know what I'm saying? 17 gonna be like one of the top podcasts, and a lot of people can say like, this is where I started from, where I came from. It's just like let's have nothing with anime, but like Dave Chappelle show. A lot of artists ended up doing their little debut on his show.
Yeah,
And that ended up becoming, I think Kanye West was one too. I mean, I
that's
don't know how
amazing.
people feel about Kanye West, but
That's another podcast for another day, my guy.
exactly. But yo, man, I want to tell you thank you. I appreciate having me on here, man.
No worries, man.
And like I said, bro, we just beginning, we starting out. So we still have like a journey, but at the same time, man, the future looking bright for us.
Hundred
It's looking
percent,
bright.
100%, 100%. Well, you guys, thank you very much for watching another episode on the Tier Talks. King Nam's social medias will be in the link in the description below. Make sure you go check out our website www.7thtier.co.uk, where you can cop some of our finest clothing for you creatives out there. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. Make sure you listen to this podcast on Spotify and all that good stuff. And we will see you guys on the next one.